Hello and welcome to AGT Time. Yes, indeed, we have a new name. I think it's pretty good. It's unified, one name to rule them all, and hope you guys like it. How are you doing, Cody Patterson?
I'm doing well tonight. I'm ready for some crumpets to go with our AGT time.
Yeah. I don't actually have tea here. Do you?
I don't in front of me, but I've been known to drink a cup or two.
Okay. Well, what would you grade this episode of AGT?
Well, I know I graded it a little high last week, and after going back and review it, I think it was too high, and I think I've recalibrated my rankings a little bit for this week, and I think that it's on the C plus B minus
Oh,
spectrum.
now you're lower than me. But I
Okay.
would. Well, they don't have to be the same. I could maybe go down to a B minus on this one, but overall, I would give this one a B. It was
That's
certainly
not too
much
far
better.
off.
Yeah, certainly much better than last week. But there weren't many acts that really wowed me. There was really only one that got me excited. So yeah, but
Yes.
but but pretty good.
It did seem like there was more packed into this week.
Yeah, for sure. It kept a pretty good pace.
It did, yeah.
So, let's get into the first act. I think it was called Creative Works, right?
I think it was greater works.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Um, what did you think of this choir?
I liked it. It was similar to the Virginia State Gospel Chorale that we talked about in season 8, but I think this group was much better. I like big choirs like this. I think they did a fantastic job. I really liked the soloist. Seemed like Simon really liked the soloist. So it's definitely a yes for me on this one.
I feel like we don't usually hear this style of choir music where they really go all out. They get the hands clapping and all kinds of grooves. Um, this one was a bit over the top for me. Like, I mean, it's a lot of power for an audition. Can you even imagine what this group would do in the finals if they were to get that far?
I know. You're right. It was big. It was very, very. They danced a lot. They were very loud, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, okay. It's not really my thing, but I'm glad you liked it. They brought
Yeah.
some greater works to the stage.
Yes. I really liked one final point. I liked that they had their own band. They didn't use a soundtrack.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. I don't remember that, but
Yeah.
that's a neat thing. What did you think about J.J. Phillips?
This is the keyboard player. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah. When he came out, I actually thought it was going to be a big joke, but I found myself kind of liking it. I noticed he didn't sing, but I really liked his keyboarding playing, and that was pretty sharp.
yeah, I can see why you would think it's gonna be a big joke. I guess it kind of gave me like a Sully Dunn kind of vibe.
Yeah,
I don't know, but this didn't feel like a full act to me. I guess I kind of agree with Heidi that it would have been better if he sang or something, but yeah, it didn't work for me.
yeah. I have that in my notes that I would give him a yes, but I would tell him you need to sing next time.
Okay.
If you don't sing, then you're done.
Yeah. Well, that's probably a good policy. But let's get to my favorite act of the night, the Light Balance Dance Group.
Yeah, this was a big shocker. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Of course, it's kind of an I Illuminate clone. I think we've seen a couple of these over the years,
Yeah.
and it was great. It was great to have the golden buzzer right in the middle of the show.
Yeah, it was pretty unexpected. I think this was an excellent Golden Buzzer choice. You know, it is this year's one of these, as you said. They're a lot like Illuminate and the like, but I think this actually managed to feel really original. And I like how they don't portray themselves as robots. That seems like the easy route to go, and I'm glad they didn't go there. And there seems to be just a higher caliber of dancing than there usually is in these acts. I think they could stand on their own as dancers, like pretty all right.
I agree. I think it's definitely top notch. It's an Illuminate clone, but I think they were a little bit better than Illuminate.
Yeah, yeah. It's been it's been a long time since we've seen I Illuminate, but I'm willing to follow you there.
One final note: we broke the golden buzzer dress streak.
Oh, really? Is that what you messaged me that it broke the streak? I didn't realize that's what you were talking about.
Right? Yeah, Mel B wore a different dress for this golden buzzer. I was so disappointed.
Oh, I'm very sorry. This was also not a singer, and
Correct.
I think it was just kind of unexpected that Tyra would come out and hit the buzzer for this one. But I was pleasantly surprised by that. I thought this moment was really nice. It made me very happy.
Oh, it made me very happy too. I was so glad that she chose to do it,
Yeah,
and that production didn't put it at the end of the show.
yeah, yeah. Did they promo this one before? I think they showed a little bit of her hitting the button, but
Yeah, I've seen promos of her hitting the button. Yes.
yeah, this was still a nice moment though. When she walked out, I was like, "Ooh, I didn't see it coming."
Yep. It was. I was so happy.
Did you see the move that they did where they had the heart on the screen on one guy's chest, and then it like popped into somebody else's hand?
I saw it popped into his hand. I didn't see it pop into somebody else's
Oh,
hand.
yeah, maybe it was that. I really like that move.
Yes.
I don't think we've seen that much before, but it was really cool. And also these guys I think are very likable, and I like how they make their jackets light up when they're not on stage, and I think they're very sincere. So yeah, I'm very happy about this group. I'm rooting for them a lot.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what they're going to do in the live shows.
Yeah, for sure. That's gonna be a bonanza.
Yeah.
Next up, Anthony. I don't have much to say about this singing dude, but I didn't think he was very good. What about you?
No, I thought his package was much better than his singing.
Yeah, I agree.
He really knew what he really had his goals set in mind. Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, Grammy. He wanted to be a star. He talked about his attorney firm, his law firm forever, and then I think Heidi was correct that was the fastest they've ever done the four buzzes.
Yeah, the pride cometh
So
before the fall, as some would say.
he would be a no for me.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Um,
One final thing before we move on. I think this would have been a performance that Nick would have come out and done something with.
oh, that's a good observation. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Then we got Just Jerk Crew, a dance crew in a pretty typical sense. What did you think of them?
Yeah, I really liked them. Um, they said that we would see something that we've never seen before, and I didn't really get that vibe.
Yeah, I agree. This is very typical stuff for dance crews, I think, but I like seeing dance crews like this, and I thought they were pretty good.
I was on the fence about them. When you say, "Oh, we've never seen this before," well, I want to see something I've never seen before, and I've seen kind of that stuff before. It didn't do anything for me. I'd give them a yes just because it was a lot of talent. I mean, it was very talented what they were doing. It wasn't garbage, but it didn't really wow me.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. And I don't know if that we've had many dance crews go through this season so far, but I sure like that kind of act. I like this smooth, fast-paced dancing.
And what's the difference between them and what we just saw with Light Balance?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of one of the things I like about the light group is they're sort of coming up on that kind of talent level dance wise. Um, but yeah, I mean it's not so much about the dancing. I guess you're kind of distracted by the lights and everything, and it's sort of a different kind of choreography. But I'm so excited for both of them. Actually, just I think these kind of acts bring a lot of energy to the stage.
Okay. I mean, if I were to put them up against each other, I definitely think that the light group would blow them away. And you're right, I am distracted by the lights because I like the technology aspect of the light balance dance group.
No, you're right. I mean, I'm sure we'll see a showdown between them at some point, and I think Light Balance is going to come out on top pretty safely.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. One final thing on them. It was interesting that they put in the edit Howie saying that they are the best dance crew they have seen this season when we just saw Light Balance 2 acts before that.
Right? Yeah. I think everybody's too mesmerized to think of them as a dance crew, but you're seeing the Matrix on them.
Yep.
And they're going to be back next round, right? Because they said their whole story was that they had to go serve in the military, and they wanted to do this one last time. So I'm hoping we'll see them again.
I'm pretty sure we're going to see them again because you're right. They're supposed to go serve 2 years in the South Korean military, but I'm not sure when that starts. I would assume that they wouldn't have done this if they knew that they couldn't go any further.
Yeah, you're probably right. So I'm hoping we get that showdown between them and Light Balance. But
Oh yeah,
what did you think of Celine?
Celine Dion.
Close.
Oh, it's not Celine Dion.
If you weren't in the room for it, you might think it was, but
Oh, okay. Because I was for sure they were talking about Celine Dion this whole act.
yeah. So this girl has a pretty powerful voice, and you know me, I'm pretty hard on singers, but she actually won me over because she sounds like she loves to sing, and that comes through listening to her. Sort of like an Ariana Grande or somebody, but yeah, I liked it a lot. I really liked listening to her.
I'm kind of on the fence about her. They really hyped her up a lot, and they showed her a lot in previews. I was for sure that she was the golden buzzer coming into this episode. The way they kept showing her.
Yeah.
I don't think that she's as good as everyone else thinks that she is. She sounded a little flat in a lot of areas, especially at the beginning. I know she was probably nervous, but it just didn't seem to me to come off as strong as everyone else seems to think it is.
Okay. Would you put her through?
I would put her through. She was good. I just don't think she's as great as everyone else seems to think that she is. It seems that all she can sing now are Celine Dion songs, and I think I would get very tired of that very quickly.
All right,
So
that's fair.
I don't know if they will have her sing anything else other than Celine Dion songs. But yes, I would put her through.
Yeah, I'm not very familiar with the Celine Dion library, so I might not even notice, but I do hope they diversify a little bit.
Yeah, I do too.
So that was the end of the first hour, and then we come back with one of the more intricated location openers. Everybody, all the judges in Tyra, I think, like go through a fast food place and like pick up some of the employees.
Yes.
So I'm not sure what was going on there, but that's a way to start the show.
Yeah, it was a little weird because it wasn't like they were trying to fit in a sponsor. It's like they just decided to go have lunch.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, you're right.
and
eh,
and tear apart Simon's Rolls Royce.
yeah. But then once we get into the auditorium, we see the men with pans. And I gotta say, I knew it was gonna be something like this, the way they were teasing it out, and I think it was kind of even worse than it should have been. I don't know that they really put the act together all that well. Seemed kind of sloppy, but what did you think of this act?
This was absolutely awful. This is something that I could have put together in 5 minutes. I didn't think there was anything to it. It was a little funny that they were trying to hide their privates, but it got old real quick. And I think AGT is starting to get a little more racy on on allowing some of their acts this year. We had the old ladies last week, and they were doing the basic instinct pose, and then they're showing, they have guys showing their bottoms, and and this is a family show, and I just don't think they should have allowed this kind of stuff at all.
No, you're right. It is getting a lot more lenient with that stuff. I remember hearing about one act last year that was particularly explicit that never really made it to TV. So I don't know if they're just letting them all through on the airwaves these days. But I sure could have gone without seeing this one. I mean, like you say, um, they didn't even do it that well. They didn't even cover themselves all that well. And that's why I say it was worse than it should have been. It was not very well rehearsed or slick. So I don't know.
No.
And then Mel betrays my soul, and she lets him through. So I guess we'll see what they do in Vegas.
Yeah, not only Mel, but Heidi put him through as well, and she's the family judge.
Yeah, but at least she
She's the
liked
same one
them,
that did.
though.
Yeah, she's the same one that didn't like Taylor's jokes, but she liked this.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty wild. It's pretty
So
wild.
it'd have been a no for me.
Yeah, me too. Um, Anyway, then we go to I think a bit of a montage, maybe not. I don't know. We saw this act that was kind of doing a human ladder, and I'm not really sure what all of it was, but I thought it was pretty cool stuff, and I would put them through.
Yeah, were they called the Godfathers? Is
I,
that what they kept calling
I
them?
don't know. That's an
Okay,
interesting name.
because they kind of had mobster outfits on, but yeah, it was really cool. I really liked it. I would have put them through.
Yeah. And then we got about 25 minutes, it felt like, of Robert, an impressionist, I guess. I thought he sounded more like Peter Griffin than Robert De Niro. But were you amused by this?
I liked it when he was in character as Robert De Niro. I got totally confused when he started doing the other voices because he looks like Robert De Niro. He stayed in character as Robert De Niro, and all of a sudden he's Jack Nicholson. He's Christopher Walken, and I'm like, I'm totally confused by this.
Yeah. I think the audience felt the same way. Once he got out of Robert De Niro, he kind of bombed there.
Yeah, and he was great as Robert De Niro.
Yeah, I wish they hadn't shown so much of this. This kind of felt like the low point of the episode. It's like, I guess they felt like they had to. They're like, oh, we got someone who looks just like Robert De Niro, but this felt like a waste of time to me. But I would not put this guy through.
No, he's done.
So then magician Tom London comes out, and he he lights up everybody's phones. Hashtag hacked. And I thought this was a very interesting trick that he did here. But what is your take?
I really liked him. I like the predictive magic. I like he brought three people up on stage. He got Tyra involved. He did a little video before his performance. I really liked this.
Yeah, this was kind of mind-boggling. It felt like there was a lot going on, and I didn't like it as much as those twin magicians that we saw, I guess,
Oh
last
no,
week, who I
yeah,
thought also had a lot going on, but I thought that was sort of better presented. This one, it seems like the kind of trick that would have a disappointing solution. I don't know if I have anything to go off of that on. Um, but I still like this one, and I'm interested to see what he does next. I put him through.
oh yeah, I'd put him through. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. I'm not sure if he's just a predictive magic type guy or if there's other magic he can do. I hope he gets more people involved because I like it when the judges and Tyra get involved in stuff like this. So I'm excited about him.
Yeah, he could have a whole range of talents.
Oh yeah,
Um, so then we saw one very earnest clown, Bello Knock. Uh,
yep.
what did you think of his high flying abilities?
I like this. You know, it's something we kind of saw back in when we did our season 8 rewatch with Timber Brown. I kind of like these guys that can climb poles, swing from poles, and do acrobatics on that type stuff. I really enjoyed it. It's very crazy, very daredevilly, and he's a clown, which Simon doesn't like, so that makes it even better.
Yeah, I like the idea of him going up on the super high pole, but the actual act didn't do a lot for me. I don't know if he's lacking in showmanship. I guess that's it, but um, yeah, he was an interesting guy to see. He's so earnest. He's like pleading with Simon to put him through, and I think it turned out he didn't even have to negotiate like that because Mel would have given him a yes. But I'm kind of torn on this one. I would lean towards no, but his promises did sound enticing to me as well.
Yeah, what did he say? Get shot out of a cannon over a helicopter?
Yeah, that sounds like the interesting proposition.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to see much of him. We might see him in the next round, but I don't think we're going to see him past that.
Yeah. So then we saw a bunch of clips of people outside the auditorium, and there was some music playing in the background, a cover of whatever song, I don't remember, but I thought it was legit background music, and it turned out to be a singer called Dossie, I think is how you say his name.
Not Sophie Dossie?
Not Sophie Dossie. Um,
Oh, okay.
But I was pleasantly surprised by this. I thought it was like just some recorded studio track that I was really enjoying, and I think they should probably demo singers like this more often. It's a good way to make use of all the time they have, and present it like something to be listened to, and not just a character to analyze or whatever.
Was he the Australian whose dad flew in?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do. I didn't write that down because I didn't know his name. So, but I do remember that. That was really good. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, so I would give this guy a yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Last act of the night, Evie Claire. They built this act up for a long time. I wrote down, what if she was horrible? But I think we can both say she was not horrible. Although I thought she was not as good as Christina Perri, the person who wrote the song she covered. But what you think?
I thought it was okay. I thought she was good, but kind of like Celine earlier. I just don't think she was as good as they were building her up to be.
Yeah, I agree. It didn't wow me, and I probably would give her a no.
I don't know if I'd give her a no. I would have put her through, but she would have some work to do in the next round or two. I'm also glad that this was not the golden buzzer.
Yeah, me too.
I was for sure that they were going to do a second golden buzzer this episode, especially with her story, with her dad's story. I was like, they're going to do a second gold buzzer in or two golden buzzers in one show.
Yeah, and I think the only golden buzzer we have left is Heidi's, right?
Yes, with two episodes to go.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I think Heidi is my favorite judge now, so hopefully she picks something interesting. But it's gonna be a good time. We got two more of these things, I guess, in the coming weeks.
Yeah, just 2 more weeks of auditions. You never know. Heidi might pick a comedian. She says comedy is her favorite category.
Yeah, I would like that. I don't.
And we,
Has comedians gotten a golden buzzer before? Did Tape Face?
I don't think so. I don't. I'd have to go back and review it. I'm not sure if a comedian has gotten a golden buzzer, and I don't think we've really seen any good comedians so far.
Yeah, I think there might have been a couple, but none too memorable.
No, I'd have to go back and review the last couple of seasons and see.
Yeah. But anyway, we've got another week of auditions coming up, and then there's going to be a break week. I don't know what for, but auditions week 6 will be on July 11. So get ready. Oh, it's Independence Day on July 4th. Okay,
Oh, okay, that makes
so
sense.
don't worry. You won't have to play AGT at your 4th of July party unless you want to watch some reruns.
But what better way to celebrate our Independence Day than to watch America's Got Talent?
Of course, of course.
So,
Um, yeah, I guess that wraps up this week. Thanks for listening, everybody. And as you know, we've got a new name. So if you want to find us on social or whatever, take that into account on Twitter at AGT Time. And just give us your thoughts because we're rolling through. And I don't know how to end this sentence. I went on too long.
yeah. Also, go leave us a review on iTunes. We'd
Yeah,
really appreciate that.
yeah. Oh, I you can find us easier now, which is like the whole point of this. So hopefully, it starts ramping up. But we're excited about this audition period, and we got a while till live shows, but I think it's gonna be great. Cody
Summer is
Patterson,
just beginning.
thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You're right. The summer is just beginning, and that's a beautiful feeling. So
Yeah.
carry that with you through your hearts, everybody, until Tuesday when you watch America's Got Talent, and then on Wednesday night probably when you hear us talk about it. Goodbye.
Have a good night.